Who wants to play my game of guess the Tesla stock price for the year ahead and the year ending? Now, it's normally about this time of year I dig into the technicals of Tesla to try and look where it is going to head next. Now, last year, about this time, I called that it would hit $1,000 sometime in the year, and it did. So I wonder where it is going to go this year. Now, love to get those numbers from you in the comments below, and if we get someone who's close, I'll try and think of a prize for you come the end of the year. But the fundamentals out there, Tesla's good looking stock at the moment. Elon Musk's got a lot of projects on, from phones, new cars coming out, new technology, spaceships. There's a lot of controversy still around the stock, which makes it a bit more volatile every now and again. Competition is increasing from automakers like Volkswagen, and Toyota. So putting the pressure and the squeeze on there. So where is it heading next? Well, I'm going to have a look into the technical analysis and chart of the day to try and work it all out. So let's get on with that analysis. So it's a brave person who calls any market, and it can be a career-ending move sometimes. So what I try and do is give you guys the tools, the analysis to make your decision making as simple and easy as possible. And I will try and come up with some numbers based on what I see on the technical charts. Whether that happens or not, time will tell, but I will try and use best technical analysis practices to come up with something for you. Now, if we look at the weekly line chart for Tesla, we can see from the left that from sort of March 2020, when the pandemic was kicking in, we can see up to that high there in sort of November of this year, a rise of a staggering 2,500% in the price, and you can see it breaking the $1,000 mark through that period as well. It's come off a little bit since then, not too much, and it's staying above that yellow shaded area that's just around about $900, which looks like a key sort of resistance zone. We can see back at the start of 2021 it also peaked there before tailing off further. Now, can the stock really hit $2,000 this year? Well, who knows? With Elon Musk and what goes on with Tesla, anything is possible, but that is a serious up move, as you can see, to about the $19,052 mark. As an outlier, $1,700 might be a more reasonable number, and to the downside, well, it's that 900 yellow shaded area that I talked about just a second ago as a short-term downside if things don't improve, and then it's back down to $565 at that 61.8% line if things go bad. And it's quite interesting to see in terms of volume profile there that most of the action has actually happened at the much lower prices, around $200 dollars. So not the same sort of level volumes at these prices at the moment, but I say it's a funny old world, and the stock can do major things. So like I say, upside, if we're really pushing it, $1,700 would be a very nice target for the year end. Now, just for those who are interested in trade options, I did see a bit of activity around the 2,000 area for this year, so some low delta, I'd call them straightforward punts at the price, but there is an interest out there, so someone thinks there's the chance of the price going up that high. So look at the options market as well as a tool to see where things might be heading next. Now, for those wanting to get back into the trade, especially after the bad start to 2022, then I've got two numbers for you using the 4-line break chart. We've got $1,060, which is a more aggressive play, and then $1,175, a bit more conservative to come back in at, and use the stochastics at the bottom to time that with that 4-line break chart. So a couple of numbers for you there if you are more bullish in the shorter term for Tesla. And onto the daily Heikin-Ashi chart, what are the short-term signals telling us? We're both bearish at the moment. Volatility's picked up to 80% per annum, which is trading above its moving average, and volume trading around its longer term moving average. So a bit more of a negative down feel in those variables. And onto the price, from the sort of pick up in March of 21 through to now, we've got the two standard deviation regression bands on there. Price sort of behaving in between them as it popped out in November time, came back down and in, and sitting right in the middle, pretty much neutral at the moment. On the Renko chart, I've used a $10 block size, and all our signals at the bottom are bearish. The Fibonacci numbers I've used from that high and low from the recent sort of summertime to end of year highs numbers, and then we can see that price sort of going sideways really between $12.30 and $900, which was that low at the end of 21, beginning of 22. Then it's picked up a little bit, and then I said more recently on the pullback, and we got a sell signal there outside the 2-line pink box breakout set up, and just trading below the longer term moving average. So a bit negative feel at the moment. Downsides probably 975, that 61.8 area, then that low of about $900. I'm sure there'll be some option activity as well, because it's a round number, and then below that 38.2% line around just above $800. Now talking short-term upsides, if we look there, a break above the highs, then well, hopefully it could target $1,400, $1,500 not too soon, but at the moment it's sort of got a weak bearish feel to it. Before I get into the more longer term numbers for Tesla, I'm going to focus in on the more shorter term chart of the day type stuff that I look at. Overall, I'm going to give Tesla at the moment a neutral score. It's erring to the weaker downside at the moment, and I think that's just been driven down by the general pull off in tech stocks and the worries about inflation and interest rates. But there's a lot going on for Tesla this year, and if we go into the top right hand side, we've got two aggressive and conservative entry numbers for you at 1060 and 1175, focusing on the targets. Then to the upside 1.78 and 3.44 to 1, and to the downside 1.22 and 2 to 1. So there's reasonable upside there for the bulls if things start to turn around, but overall neutral at the moment. So far in 2022, Tesla has already been a good stock for me and my trading, but it can be very temperamental, and you do have to wear the ups and downs, and Elon Musk can do something random at any time to spin the price in any direction. Now if we're talking about guessing the numbers game, then is a huge range. It's a volatile stock, nearly 100% vol per year. So bad year it could be down to $600, $500, and a good year, very good year, $2,000 to $1,700. Now there's a lot of variables inside that, and a lot can happen in a year, and I'm more bullish of Tesla, and I'd love to see it around 1700, but it's very difficult to call a $2,000 price at the moment, even though there is, you know, a bit of options open interest out there for that sort of play. So maybe that's a, you know, back pocket trade you might just want to leave, you know, put on 10 delta, something like that, 5 delta trade, and just see what happens. You know, sort of a punt type trade, something to think about. Again, let me know what numbers you think you're going to see in Tesla in 2022. Let's get the numbers firing in and the debate going, and like I say, I'll try and come up with a prize for the closest closest estimate for the close of play December 31st 2022. Now, if you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons, and all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.